My name is Laura Ellen Anderson and I am the author and illustrator of the Amelia Fang series, but I'm really excited to share with you a brand new book I have just written and illustrated, part of a brand new series called Rainbow Grey. And today I'm going to be reading chapter 1 from Rainbow Grey. So I always wanted to write a book involving magic. I love reading books about magic. Some of my favourite books to read growing up was The Magic Finger and the Witches by Roald Dahl, illustrated amazingly by Quentin Blake. I was also a big fan of Matilda, which has a little bit of kind of magic in it. Also absolutely adore the animations such as Disney's Frozen and the Sabrina the Teenage Witch series, Casper, Hocus Pocus, anything that involves any kind of magic in any way I absolutely love. So I was thinking about the kinds of stories I wanted to write, and I managed to scratch that kind of quirky gothic itch by writing the Amelia Fang series. I adore Halloween and autumn, and I really wanted to write a book based around that kind of theme. So once I kind of finished writing the Amelia Fang books, I thought, okay, what am I going to do next? And I remember coming up with some weather people about 10 years ago, and each of these weather people had a different kind of weather magic. And I suddenly thought, oh, weather magic. Now, when creating my world of weather magic, I didn't just want my characters to be bam, blasting weather magic out of their fingers. I wanted to come up with a whole new, unique weather magic system. So we have wizards and witches of all sorts in all different books. And the beauty of reading these books is discovering new ways of showing different kinds of magic, and I wanted to do that in my book. So in Rainbow Grey, the weather magic you see here is channeled through different kinds of instruments. So for example, wind magic is channeled through different wind instruments such as horns, flutes and trumpets. And snow weatherlings, they have beautiful embroidered gloves and they draw snowflakes, all different kinds of snowflakes, because remember, every single snowflake is unique and different. And every single snowflake that they draw creates a different kind of snow spell, whether it creates a light flurry or heavy snow or some kind of snowman. And then we have cloud magic. So every cloud weatherling has a cloud companion. Some kind of cloud creature, and they guide the cloud creatures and create the magic and the clouds you see in the sky by using almost like a shepherd's crook, so it's a cloud crook. Rain magic is a little bit like a rhythmic gymnastics. I was inspired by the kind of the dancing and the flowing ribbons. So rain weatherlings have beautiful kind of ethereal capes, and they swish them in certain directions to create magical rainfall. Thunder and lightning weatherlings, they always come in a pair. And remember, lightning's always first, but it's usually twins or a set of siblings, brothers and sisters, sister and sister, brother and brother, any which way. But thunder and lightning always come together, and they use a lightning stick, a bit like a conductor's baton, and a thunder drum to create the big rumbles of thunder. And then we have the sun magic. The sun weatherlings are the rarest kind of weatherling, and they are usually a sun keeper. And the sun keepers keep the great big sunflower in the sky glowing. So that big glowing ball you see up there in Ray's world is in fact a great big sunflower. And then we have rainbow weather magic. Now rainbow weather magic is very unusual, because the rainbow weather magic has the ability to do lots and lots. Now, I'm not going to give too much away because I don't want to spoil the story. So you will have to read to find out what rainbow weather magic involves. But I'm going to get you started by reading the first chapter. So let's go. So, Chapter 1, Not One Smidge. Every cloud really does have a silver lining. And if you lived on cloud 9, like Ray Grey, the silver lining was always getting tangled or ending up in a twist, mostly because Ray and her cloud cat Nim kept getting caught in it. Ray sighed as she dangled from the silvery threads like a puppet. I'm going to be late for Sky Academy again! Once Nim had chewed his way through the silver thread, the 10-year-old Weatherlin with odd-coloured eyes, one purple and one blue, finally broke free. Just a bit faster, Nim, said Ray as they soared across the Weatherlands, zipping past the snow-covered Flurry Mountains. Then we can grab our morning cake from the Rising Bum Bakery. Nim meowed and farted a tiny cloud in response. He often exploded, and Ray was hoping against hope that this fart didn't lead to a bigger explosion and make her even later. Ray gripped Nim's back a little tighter as they approached the Valley of Winds, where they were buffeted about rather ungracefully. This part of the journey was very bumpy, and Ray was quite sure her knickers were on show, but she didn't mind too much as she was wearing her favourite pair covered with sparkly stars. Finally, the wind died down and the hills opened up to reveal the city of Celestia. Odd-shaped houses, a mishmash of quirky shops and higgledy-piggledy streets, wound their way around the forest of Fahrenheits. In the centre of the forest stood the pointiest and shiniest building, the Sun Citadel, where the mighty Sunkeepers powered the big glowing sunflower in the sky and gave the earth its light. Ray breathed in the scent of freshly baked treats and sweet snowdrop syrup coming from the Rising Bum Bakery below, and wondered if she had just enough time to grab a tasty treat. The Sky Academy wind chime hadn't jingled yet after all, and she could never resist a lightning scone with a big dollop of skyberry jam on top. Ray guided Nim downwards. Just when she thought that their landing was going to be a smooth one for once, Nim exploded a few metres from the ground, sending Ray roly-polying straight through the bakery entrance. Ah, Ray, my favourite little customer, said a very large, jolly-looking man in an apron. One of these days you'll land on your feet. Good morning, Slap, Ray said with a grin, rubbing her bottom. Baker Slap was a thunder Weatherlin with fists the size of tree trunks, perfect for creating mighty booms of thunder and kneading dough. Ray clambered to her feet and skipped over to the counter. It was full to the brim with beautifully decorated cakes and pretty pastries that crackled and oozed and bubbled. She stroked Nim as the cloud cat drifted over to join her. He'd recovered from his explosion, but now his eyes were stuck to his bottom. Any sign of that magic yet, little one? Asked Baker Slap with a wink. He asked Ray the same question every day, and every time the answer was, nope, not one smidge. Ray Grey wasn't like all the other Weatherlins. While they all had a form of powerful weather magic, sun, snow, rain, wind, cloud and thunder and lightning, Ray didn't have any. In fact, there hadn't been any weather magic on her mother's side of the family for generations. Ray thought that maybe, just maybe, she'd wake up one morning and miraculously a little hint of weather magic might appear. But there hadn't been one drop of rain, or floof of cloud, or flurry of snow. Nim seemed to possess more wafts of wind than Ray did magic, and he was just a cloud cat with a tendency to explode. Well, you know what I think, Ray, said Slap. I think you've got the best magic of 'em all. Really? Said Ray, feeling slightly confused. You've got a big heart, said Slap, putting a hand to his chest. Ray giggled. Well, my heart might be big, but my tummy is bigger and wishes it could eat all the cakes here. Which one do you fancy today? Asked Baker Slap, leaning his huge body across the counter. Ray pondered. I thought I was going to order a lightning scone, but that was until I spotted those. She pointed to a row of bright blue buns she'd never seen before. Oh, these are brand new bakes we made specially for the Eclipse Festival tonight, said Slap. Even better, said Ray happily. A lady's face covered in flour popped out from the back kitchen and waved. Hey, Ray! Hi, Streak, Ray replied. Streak was Slap's sister, the lightning sibling of the pair, as pointy as Slap was round. She had a knack of zapping stones to absolute perfection. I see you spotted the rumble buns, she said with an excitable grin. Want to be the first Weatherlin to try one? Nim, who had somehow grown an extra cloud head, meowed happily. I think that's a yes from both of us, said Ray, licking her lips. Baker Slap scooped up 2 of the bright blue buns before popping them onto a napkin. There you are, little one, he boomed. No charge. Thank you so much, said Ray, putting away the sky coins her mum had given her that morning. Nim was quick to lap up his rumble bun in one almighty gulp, but Ray gasped as her blue cake began to wobble around in her palm. Baker Slap gave a hearty chuckle as a deep rumble came from the dough and a small bead of bright pink syrup oozed from the top. You didn't think it was called a rumble bun for nothing, did you? He said. Best eat it up before it erupts. Ray bit into her rumble bun quickly, savouring the syrupy skyberry sweetness and the sour snowdrop. This is delicious, she said through a mouthful. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. That's the first school warning chime. I'd better dash, said Ray, quickly gobbling down the rest of her rumble bun. Nim expanded until he was roughly the size of a large bed, and Ray hopped onto his back. See you at the Eclipse Festival tonight? Asked Baker Slap as he waved goodbye. You bet, called Ray. I can't wait. It'll be our first eclipse. But little did Ray know that her first eclipse would change her life forever. So I hope you enjoyed chapter 1 of Rainbow Grey and that maybe you will want to read the rest. There's lots and lots of pictures inside to look at as well, and lots of silly pictures of Nim at the front too. So next time you look in the sky and you see all of the clouds, perhaps see if you can spot any cloud creatures and maybe even Nim. Thank you so much for listening. Happy reading and have a lovely sunny day.